Working Man Radio.
Your soul is dog.
That's right.
You're an emotional fucking.
That's right.
I don't know any more than what I'm telling you, other than I lie. I flat out freaking lie.
That's right. It's time for Rush Limbaugh's Lie of the Day.
Every single thing about you is ugly.
Limbaugh was talking about how, you don't really need health insurance. Let's listen to him.
How many times have I detailed for you how much money I save not using insurance? Just go to the doctor, go to the hospital, negotiate the price, and walk out of there and pay for it.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. Just walk in and walk out and pay for it. Well, let's say that you have a heart attack. You're up in the emergency room. You got this tightness in your chest, and you got the pain radiating down your arm, maybe a little bit in your jawbone, and you're getting ready to hook you up to the EKG to see what's going on with you, and maybe even run a heart catheter through you, maybe put you some dye in, see what's going on, and you say, wait a minute, what's this going to run me? Well, I mean, what, $25,000? Well, listen, can you do it for 15? I mean, seriously.
And a lot of people can do this. You don't have to have tons of money to be able to do this. Take installment plan payments like anybody else does.
Right. Let's get on the easy payment plan. Right? The easy payment plan. Make installment payments. Right? Do hospitals offer this? I didn't know they offered this. By the way, the hospital tells you what they're charging you. You know who negotiates with the hospital? You know who can negotiate the price with the hospital? The insurance company. In fact, they do negotiate. The hospital renders a bill. The insurance company says, we're not paying that. They do that. And the hospital listens because the insurance company's got the money. In fact, it's a whole game they play. One of the reasons that the bill you get for your individual treatment is so expensive is because the hospital jacks the bill up to start the negotiation process with the insurance company. Right? Negotiating the price is what the insurance company does. That's one of the things they do for you. Hold on a minute. He's not done.
But people in this country have been so bombarded with this is going to kill you and that's going to make you sick, or this genetic trait's going to kill you, or whatever. The people of this country have been so bombarded with the fact that they're going to die tomorrow that they think the only way to stay alive is to have health insurance. This has been one of the biggest scams that's ever been perpetrated on the people of this country.
One of the biggest scams. Right. Because people think they're going to die if they don't have health insurance. Let me give you the facts. Harvard University did a study. This is actually fairly famous. 45,000 people a year. This is what this Harvard University study showed. 45,000 people a year die prematurely because they don't have health insurance. And you say, what do you mean? How do they die from not having health insurance? They die because of undiagnosed ailments that kill them, that would not have killed them if they had health insurance and had discovered these ailments sooner. That's what we're talking about. There are things going on. When you find out, when you have symptoms of the cancer that's going to kill you, when you have symptoms of it, it's too late. And the only reason that you won't discover it is because you don't go to the doctor. And one of the reasons you don't go to the doctor is because you can't go to the doctor because you can't pay him. This is why 45,000 people a year die from not having health insurance. Now, who are those 45,000 people a year? See, this is the question. Because if you tell this statistic to Rush Limbaugh, he doesn't care. Your right-wing brother-in-law doesn't care. He doesn't care that 45,000 people a year die from not having health insurance, because those 45,000 people they're the undesirables. They're the impoverished. They're the lesser people. They're people we don't care about. including a fair number, I suspect, of working people. I suspect some of those 45,000 people a year work for Walmart, which keeps your hours low so they don't have to provide you with health insurance. Healthcare is a right. Let me tell you why. This is important. And by the way, once you establish that healthcare is a right, you win. When healthcare becomes a right, people will then government is instituted among men to secure our rights. The conservatives spend a great deal of time trying to convince you that healthcare is not a right. That's not a right. Where's that in the Constitution? Well, it's in the Declaration of Independence, which is not the Constitution. It says that you have you are endowed by your Creator with life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Right? Well, life is health care, my friends. That's what we're talking about. Life and health are the same thing. Having a right to, you have a right to life. You have a right to have a feeding tube stuck in you and a respirator on so that your heart can beat. That's not what we mean by the right to life. We mean the right to live and to be alive and healthy and able to do something with your life. And to do something with your life, that's the liberty. To pursue happiness. Those three things are not three things, they're one thing. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness could all be subsumed under life. That's what living is. It's what it's about. Let me give you another right that you have. As an employee of somebody else, do I have a right to get paid? Do I have a right to demand to be paid for my time and energy? Show me a conservative that says, no, you don't have a right to get paid. They will not say that. That's one thing they won't say. What they will try to say is that how much you get paid, you're not entitled to be paid anything in particular. But you can have a little reductio ad absurdum fun with them. Well, I mean, what is there? There is no minimum below which you are not effectively being paid. Now, you can accept anything. You can volunteer to do anything. Nobody says that you have to get paid. Nobody says that you can't volunteer your time. People volunteer their time all the time. We have a great many volunteer activities. But the people who volunteer, the volunteers that you see doing things, they are typically people who are gainfully employed. They are professionals frequently. They are business owners frequently. They are people with good jobs that pay well, and they take some of their free time and they donate it. A hobo who's sleeping in the woods, who comes around to the day labor place and says, I need to work today so I can eat. He's not there to volunteer. He's there to eat. He's there to make a living. And he demands to be paid, and no one disputes that he ought to be paid. The question is, what is he entitled to be paid? And the answer is, he's entitled to be paid enough to make a living. Walmart is an example. Is Walmart profitable? Well, yes. Do the people who work for Walmart, are they making a profit? And by that I mean, are they making more than it costs them to live? If they're not making a profit, then they're losing money. Somebody's making it up. How can Walmart say, I'm profitable, but the people who work for me aren't? If the people who are working for you are losing money and you're making a profit, why are you entitled to profit from their labor and they're not? Explain that to me. Explain why the Walton sisters get the profit from the labor of Walmart employees, but the Walmart employees themselves don't get the profit from their own labor. Explain that to me. A cost of doing business is keeping your machinery, your body, and keeping it up. That's what we call health care. We just call it maintenance. Right? Business owners have equipment and machines that they have to maintain them. It's a cost of doing business. Maintaining your machine is a cost of doing business. It's your cost of doing business, and you have a right to expect that the person who is profiting from your efforts, that if they're profiting from your efforts and you want to profit from your efforts, then they're going to have to pay you enough to do that. Healthcare is a part of your right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It is a part of your right to get paid a fair day's pay for a fair day's work. It is a fundamental right, and you may tell people that it is, and you may tell them why. I'm Joe Lyles. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.
You've been listening to Working Man Radio with Joe Lyles at joelylesradio.com.
Your soul is gold.
The Rush Limbaugh Lie of the Day, 5 days a week at joelylesradio.com.
Every single fucking thing about you is gold.